Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nerd News live stream. My name is Tyler, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the news today. We covered the news Monday, but we had some weird technical difficulties, which I'm actually still trying to figure out a little bit on YouTube now. But thanks for joining. Glad to have you guys. The Tyson will not be joining me today. He's not available, but I will be joined by my buddy Jacob.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Jacob, Vamp, how are you? How are you doing? Are you okay? Are you doing good?
I'm doing great. How about you?
You staying strong? I'm doing all right. Work is last week. If you guys tuned into the live stream, last week was a particularly rough work week just because of the time of year, because we're getting ready for semi-annual property taxes, which properties is the main thing that my company deals with. So it's kind of a mad dash to get all the property tax stuff entered so it can get paid early next year, on top of getting ready for like your normal monthly and quarterly things in accounting. So finally on the come down for a lot of the like, oh crap, it's incredibly busy and there's nothing I can do about it.
That's good. So, how close is that horizon in the distance?
We basically crested the hill yesterday.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah. Yep. So I've got a week of not coasting. That's not the right word, but it's not frantic. It's not like, oh my gosh, every second.
There's a breathing room.
Yeah. I can take it easy. I can just have a normal like 10-ish days of work. But it does look like now we are good to go, and YouTube's fired up as well. So with that, all right, you want to get started on this first article?
Let's do it. You were mentioning that Xbox released $1,000 handheld.
Yeah. Yes. Now, to be fair, and I did the same thing. I put the $1,000 in the headline. There's two versions of it. There's a $600 version of it and a $1,000 version of it. All the articles say 1,000 because it sounds crazy to say that there's a $1,000 handheld console. You know what I mean?
Gives me Apple vibes.
Yeah. So we're actually going to start with what's on the Xbox website, right? So basically, we have the 1 terabyte version and the 512 gigabyte version. The $1,000 one also has 24 gigabytes of RAM compared to 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, you're way more of a tech guy than me. What is the difference? Are we talking like Honda Civic to like a sports car, or are we talking like a slight upgrade? Like what
this is definitely a slight upgrade. So one thing that you're gonna probably need to figure out is whether or not a lot of what you're doing is streaming, and if that's the case, you're not going to need that storage for anything. If this is like a streaming device for Xbox, then yeah, like the terabyte versus the 512, it won't matter to you if you're like streaming. I don't know if this is like the PlayStation Portal where you can stream from your device or not.
So this is kind of a standalone console. It links to
kind of like the Steam Deck.
Yes. Literally, people are calling this Xbox's Steam Deck because it has access to your Steam library and your Xbox library.
In terms of the RAM, I would say that's a slight improvement in RAM, but it's not anything
to write
crazy.
Home about.
Like, yeah,
is it $400 difference? Is that
no?
Is it worth
certainly
$400?
I just bought like an upgrade for my computer, and I just went up to 64, and it was not $400. It was way less than that.
Well, I guess to be fair, is the jump from 16 to 24 and 512 to 1 terabyte. If you're building a computer, what is the dollar amount difference there?
Minimal, like probably at most like $100.
Dang. And without trying to sound like an Xbox shill, because I'm not. I haven't had an Xbox for a very long time. I'm trying to think, okay, if it's $100 to $150 for a PC upgrade, what does making it handheld capable, how much would that affect the price? You know what I mean?
Well, this is where I think we see the same thing happen in phones pretty often, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, well, you've got the this many gigabyte version, or you could have the one with more storage space, because we made it so you can't open your phone anymore, so you can't upgrade it
Yeah.
yourself, and it's
Yep.
like twice as expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're kind of just like stuck with the basically like uh you can go with the reasonable option where you've got a terabyte of storage because basically every game is like over 100 gigabytes. That's like the big title games anymore, especially when you include DLC.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I'm
so
gonna have to get the bigger.
512 is going to be rough.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna definitely have to get the bigger storage upgrade because that's where I'll keep all my nudes. On the handheld.
Exactly.
Gosh.
Welcome to the stream, Wolves.
Yeah. Welcome. Glad to have you. I'm on my little rant about this $1,000 console. Now, here's the thing. I love handheld consoles. I love them. It's man, it's this thing. Austin, you're in the chat, but you're not wanting to talk with us. Uh, welcome to the chat. But I bought the PlayStation Portal. I'm a multitasker, which to Macy means I just enjoy half-assing two things. If I'm playing a game, I like to have something else going on. If I'm on my computer, I'll be playing a game and I'll be watching a show. Or if I'm playing my Switch, Macy and I will be watching anime. Like I like to be able to do two things. I don't know if it's just because I'm like a really busy guy and I feel like I'm maxing out the time, or like I'm making the most out of the time that I do have. You know what I mean? But I enjoy having multiple things going at the same time. I don't know if you're the same or if you agree or not.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't have a Steam Deck, and I'm probably not gonna get the ROG. Is that how it's pronounced? Or
The
ROG?
ROG? Oh, the ROG? I don't know. I've always just said I've known about this
It's
forever.
gonna be the ROG for me.
Yeah.
Like that's I love it as ROG, but
Let me screen went dark.
but but like I don't have the PlayStation Portal or anything like that either.
Yeah.
So typically I just run with the concept of like, okay, I've got something going on one monitor and something else going on the other. And that's my version of it.
Gotcha.
And that way I could just play the normal Xbox and then also have a show going.
Yeah.
If I had an Xbox still.
I just got a message of a technical difficulty, so I'm just checking that out real quick.
Okay, like Rogue.
Yeah, my Stream Deck is being goofy right now.
I'm just gonna actually go with Raj, like short for Roger.
Oh, Rogue, ROG, Rogue Xbox Ally. That makes a lot of sense.
But why Ally?
Because it's like a companion to your regular Xbox, right?
But you said it was standalone.
They say,
and also, does adding an X at the end
standalone
make it more X? Also, can we talk about the fact that like we moved away from the concept of a console for the fact that it was an Xbox, and now it's like
now it's an X rectangle handheld.
Yeah.
But this is on the Xbox website. They're basically all the bells and whistles that you see in marketing. Instant library, log on to your Xbox account, Game Pass. Such a great value at $30 now. Now you've got your $1,000 handheld and your $30 a month pass. You can just play any game you want. They've got, which is anytime you see like an indie studio as like a main selling point for a huge company, props to them. Like, fuck yeah, that's great.
They just know how great Silksong is.
Yeah. So yeah, all the usual. I didn't want to stay on the Xbox website too long because of course they're gonna make it sound like it sucks your dick. You know what I mean? Like,
well, does it? Did they add the S and E before Xbox?
Well, they've got that. What is it for? I might be getting too deep into this. There was an online joke where somebody attached a sex toy to keep it light onto like a VR handheld like steering wheel thingy. I don't know. It was pretty funny. I wish I could remember the sketch. But hot damn, that made me laugh pretty hard. So
that's a good
here
question.
is
So
an
I
IGN
wonder
article.
if that's like, would you be able to play offline? I wonder.
Oh, if I'm being realist / pessimistic, erring on the side of caution, it's probably not gonna let you play offline. Maybe if you own, I put that in quotation marks, and it's actually downloaded to the console, but definitely not the Game Pass stuff, I wouldn't think.
Oh,
Because they're
that's
going to need to
true.
verify that you have Game Pass.
Yeah.
But, so here's an IGN article that kind of dove into what the creator or like the CEO and everything said. And also, I watched a 20-minute breakdown of somebody who bought it and talked about it. I'm not going to pull up the video as like a reaction thing, although that's something I'm kind of looking into going forward for reviews of stuff that I can't afford to buy. But I don't know exactly how to get that set up to where it'll play correctly on stream yet. So I'll just kind of give a brief overview of what I've heard some creators talking about as well. But Microsoft has said that the next gen Xbox console is going to be a very premium, very high-end, curated experience. You can't afford it. That's what that means. It means
they're doing the
listen, brokies, you're done. Like that's exactly
this is the Borderlands 4 experience.
Yeah, it really felt like that, didn't it?
Yeah.
But now, from my understanding, exactly, Austin, peasants. And right, yeah, wolves, even if you own it. But it seems like that Xbox is kind of just and we've talked about this before on the live stream, Tyson and I, but this really just concretes what him and I talked about a couple weeks ago when we talked about the subscription cost increasing and kind of pushing people out. They've kind of given up on the hardware side of things, I think. I think the diehard people are going to buy Xbox and Xbox branded and Microsoft stuff. But for the most part, people are just going to get PC stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting decision for Xbox to start moving their exclusives to the PC for their their Microsoft store and everything like that, because then it was like, okay, so why do I need the console? You know,
right?
I could get all those indie games that everybody talks about on Steam and all the exclusives that I want if I just get a PC.
I think there's still some random oddball ones that you can't get on the PC yet.
Oh, okay.
But overwhelmingly, yes, they are on PC. And I think a lot of them, especially if it's an Xbox exclusive, that's probably not going to happen as much anymore. I think it was a thing where it's like, yes, it's available on the Xbox right now. It'll be available on the PC Xbox store in like 2 or 3 months. You know what I mean? So it would keep you from being behind on that kind of stuff.
Meanwhile, PlayStation's like, yeah, you're going to have to wait like 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. But you'll get it. Just shut up. Just shut up.
Unless it's Bloodborne, in which case we're just going to dangle that over people for the rest of their lives.
Oh God, what I would do for Bloodborne. So yeah, they're really just hammering that we don't want you to buy our console. Like, just stop. Like, we want you to buy our games and buy our software and buy our little doodad things, but we're kind of done with the consoles unless you are really wealthy and just want to buy our stuff. Because I can't see a reality where I'm shilling out this and not just building a damn computer.
Right.
But they are going to capture the market of people that are like, well, I'm not smart enough to build a computer. I'll just buy the Xbox one because it's already put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's one of those that it's a surprisingly, because I've put together so many computers, it's so simple to me to throw one together. It's like Legos.
Yeah. I mean,
it's so surprising that it's like it's like a barrier to entry for people that want to get into like playing on a PC, that they have to put the computer together. But it's like,
not anymore though. I mean, Macy and I went to Costco this weekend, and they're selling pre-built PCs at Costco.
I need to work for Costco then.
Yeah,
building PCs.
It's a company that pre-builds them, and they're just selling them on that company's behalf. They're not building them at Costco. But
I just love it if they just had a guy at a desk, a little kiosk. He's just like building the computers that you pick out, like the parts for. Right.
Well,
that'd be awesome. I'm honestly, I'm describing it like a dream job. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Pitch it to Costco right now. Costco, take him up on his offer. It could be the next $10 billion idea. Who knows?
Oh yeah. Oh but, dang, Wolves. That must have been a baller PC though.
You paid somebody $3K, so I'm guessing it was $3K for all the parts and everything, and then on top the guy to build it. I would think, right? I guess while we wait on the response. But yeah, it's And the thing is I saw earlier where it's like Xbox has lost touch with the people. And I want to agree, but when I read this, I really think it's not like an out of touch. They're just going with this. Like, they know that they're going to lose a lot of people. They know that their consoles aren't selling like PlayStation or Switches. So they're like, hey, this is dead. Like, this is dead weight. It's not making enough money for us to care about the loss. This is our market now. Like, it's a conscious pivot.
Yeah. Also, Wolves has both of us beat on specs.
That's good. Yeah, I would like to have the cutting edge PC, but there's not really any games right now that require it. You know what I mean?
Yet.
Right. Yet.
Except for Borderlands 4.
Well, Borderlands 4 is a premium game for premium gamers, so.
So I'm curious about, in this article, they keep calling it the next gen console. What is next gen about it? Because like the whole thing about generations before was that, like, it was like the upgraded graphics and like,
well,
you know,
they're not calling the handheld the next gen
updated
console.
Controllers and everything. Oh.
No, they're saying
so this is the name
that when they make a next gen console, it's going to be all this crazy high premium mega uber stuff.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
They are going the Apple direction.
Which, if they had enough pre-orders and stuff for these, I guess why not? I don't like it, but hey, I haven't bought an Xbox since the Xbox One, so it's clearly not. I'm not missing out on this. I'm not a dedicated Xbox fan. It's like, oh man, I just got priced out. Like I was never there to begin with. So, but yeah, so premium games. Apparently, here's a tier list of Xbox games. If people want to,
I guess Fallout is an Xbox game now. They bought Bethesda.
Yeah, they did. Dude, the original Crackdown was so fun.
Did you remember playing that briefly?
That was
just running around the city causing chaos.
That was like an old memory just blasted back into my brain.
State of Decay was an Xbox game. That I didn't realize.
Yeah, Undead Labs.
Huh.
I'm so excited for the third one. I want the third one so bad I can't stand it.
I love that they threw in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but that's really all I had for Xbox. I mostly just kind of wanted to touch base and go in on the fact that they're pulling the whole like Gearbox route where it's like very high end curated experience. Like,
I can't wait for the news that they have a custom charge cable that destroys itself after 6 months, so you have to keep replacing it. Like,
yeah, like Apple.
Exactly like Apple.
Oh, one thing I did want to say is like I grew up. My first ever game console that I had was a Game Boy. Like my first ever game was Pokemon Red, right? I always knew that PC gaming existed and was popular, but I was always a console kid because I was never like a tech kid, really. I knew that PCs were like better, but I thought it was like its own. It never felt like it was in the zeitgeist or like the consciousness of most gaming conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now we're at a point where gaming and PC and like consoles have faded into obscurity, and just gaming as an entity is pushed, and that PC is the default premium for that. That even mainline stores like Costco are selling gaming PCs now, like as a common held item. That's what's wild to me.
Yeah. It is wild. It like everything. There's like a whole market with just the adjective gamer added to the beginning of it, like gamer PCs or like gamer chairs or gamer headphones or like basically. It's just hilarious that it's just become like a very very mainstream thing to have like all this stuff set up specifically for like a PC gamer setup.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, PCs are better, and there's never going to be a time where PCs are worse than consoles. Yeah. Like, at best, or at minimum, they're going to be equal, where a console is literally just a PC with a logo on it.
There is an argument to be made that if they did more custom operating system stuff, that they could outperform PCs just because there's so much extra weight that has to go into running a computer on Windows, for instance.
Oh, but okay.
Xboxes run like not Windows exactly, but it's like a Windows operating system.
Yeah.
Which is why their games can be ported to PC so easily. Is because they're already running on Windows.
Yeah.
So
and true, Wolves, gamers are culture, so it will keep growing. Absolutely. Especially and Jacob, you might be able to answer this better than me. I've been relatively disconnected from VR recently. It's something that I bought the Oculus 3. I played it like wildfire for like a month, and then I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to wait for some other games to come out, or we can figure out how to like add mods and stuff to Quest 3 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I haven't really heard anything out of VR lately. Have you?
Not too much, no. There's a couple of big titles that occasionally will like they'll post a new game or something like that, but I think that VR definitely was one of those that it unfortunately will occasionally bubble up with like a really popular thing and make its way back into the spotlight, but the price is just too high for most people to consider getting it. There was a window, is funny, a very brief window.
Quest 3 was going to kind of like shift it, but apparently it didn't get popular enough to kind of crack the mold.
Well, that's the funny thing, is that it was like super niche right before the Quest 2 and the Quest 3 were like doing their thing, where they kind of like brought the price point down, and then there was like a surge, and then that's died down at this point. There's still plenty of attention on a lot of VR games, and there's a lot of games that support VR that are like really popular ones, like No Man's Sky, for instance, has VR. Yeah.
Fallout 4 like, VR is so damn fun.
Yeah. And so like there's still interest in VR, but it's unfortunately a small market, which means that big companies can't make the excuse that they're going to put in, a huge amount of money to work on this technology that their developers aren't familiar with in order to get a game out that a fraction of their audience is going to play. It's just it's a money decision in the end. So you got to rely on a lot of indie studios to make these types of games.
Yeah.
Which
speaking of Fallout,
not to say that their quality is bad, but they are just unfortunately not very marketed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But speaking of Fallout, my flawless segue that was interrupted by a Jacob rant. Fallout Day was today, apparently.
it was your mistake for trying to interrupt a Jacob rant.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just pulled up this article really quick. Funny thing is I was originally going to pull up the Bethesda website to like look up everything, but on their website, every article asks like not even article on the homepage where it's like Fallout TV show, Fallout 4 anniversary, like everything, you have to type in your birthday because all of the stuff is for adults. So you literally have to look at everything, type in your birthday. And I was like, well, that's too much.
Don't tell the police, but I always put in January 1st, 2001.
Oh, nice. Which is over 18 now. Yep. Makes you feel old every day. So, Fallout Day. Here are all or most of the advertisements or things that are going on with Fallout. So here's the big blow up. October 25th is Fallout Night with the Texas Stars. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's October 17th through November 5th.
That sounds like a sports team.
Though the Texas Stars, maybe.
It's a hockey team.
Oh, okay, cool. That's neat. Man, gaming has broken through to sports. Are sports people the fucking losers now? Did we beat the Sporters? Is that how?
I think we did.
Good. Dude, I mean, didn't they have a VTuber like send off a baseball game or something?
They did.
Do you remember that?
Oh, they did. It was surreal. It was like I saw recordings of it and I was like, this can't be real. Like, what is going on?
I don't watch VTubers, but I understand the appeal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. But yes.
There hasn't been a VTuber that I've liked the content enough to stick around. I'll see clips and stuff because YouTube recommends that shit like wildfire. Mostly because I'm assuming it's because I like anime. They're like, hey, this guy looks up anime trailers and like Crunchyroll stuff. He'll definitely love VTubers. I don't. It feels like a whole different world to me. Much like K-pop and the whole idol industry of Japan and Korea. That shit blows my mind. That's one step too far for me. But
meanwhile, you're just like on the razor's edge, just that far away from being fully into it, but like you just don't even know.
I mean, yeah, I could be. I don't know. I like the culture and like anime and stuff a lot, but there's some things I look at and it's still so weird to me. I am excited to go to Japan though. I think we're going next year. So
how did we get on this subject from looking at the Texas Stars?
Sports, gaming, and sports, VTuber and baseball team. Yeah. We got there.
We got there. So we got a sale.
Yep, all the games on sale. Fallout Halloween Horror Nights, which I'm guessing that's going to be like a haunted house, right? That would be cool. A Fallout haunted house could go hard.
Definitely focusing on ghouls.
Yeah, well, ghouls and like super mutants and even like the animals, like having the like super mutant dog and shit jump out at you. Terrifying.
Yeah.
And then we got announcements for Fallout animation. I'm looking at my next article that we're going to be talking about here soon. Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas Anniversary Edition. Coming out November 10th and 14th through 16th. So we're going to look into that a little bit more because if we're getting some form of remaster for New Vegas, ooh, buddy. Like, New Vegas was so good, and the only thing holding it back is that even on my PC with stabilizing mods, it crashes every 40 fucking minutes. And then the World of Fallout exhibit in Las Vegas.
Okay.
December 2nd. Some Fallout TV show stuff looks like it's coming to Fallout 76. I haven't kept up with Fallout 76, but I'm sure people that are still playing it are excited. The Fallout TV show was great. Had a lot of fun with it. I think there's plot holes that people say is not true, but it is what it is. It's not worth fighting about right now.
I do appreciate that they're still releasing content for Fallout 76. I mean, like, I've definitely not been their biggest fan, just because, like, their monetization strategy that they went with for paid game. But like they have kept true to their promise of releasing a lot of content to people that have paid for the game, which is I appreciate that.
What was it, like earlier this year? I'm talking like February-ish. Macy and I picked up Fallout 76 just to try it again, and we had fun. It's fun to run around and do stuff, but at a certain point, the only things that you can do to progress are like the big raids, which requires you playing with a bunch of randos. So it's a crapshoot whether it works or not, or you have to have like a dedicated team of people playing, which nobody is. So
I remember when I played, I found where they were just like farming the final boss, and I just kind of like went there and stood around and like fired my 10mm at the final boss and just leveled up like crazy and got like the maximum rewards for just being there.
Yeah, the old final boss is like the midway point now. Like you early fight the Scorched Beast, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
But yeah, I think a lot of people would agree, Wolves. 76 kind of just get us Fallout 5. Just get us Fallout 5. That's what the people want.
Yeah.
That's what the people want. I don't know if they're going to do a good job with Fallout 5. Because I mean, this has been talked to exhaustion, but the hype around 76 and the potential around 76 is still devastating to this day. But
I think that if anything, so listen, 76 was still their first multiplayer game.
Yes.
Like, regardless of anything else, it was still the first time that they made like an online. No, wait, ESO. I can't forget ESO. ESO was like
Online. That was more of a traditional MMO.
Yes. So like this was like a different style. They've tried both of them now. Hopefully, that is data that they can use to make good decisions for Fallout 5.
I hope.
Take the best result from both of them and be like, okay, Fallout 5, that's going to be a big one. Maybe make it a Roman numeral V, because that's cool.
I think their best option would be to just give us a normal run-of-the-mill Fallout game and just add co-op to it. Like, do what Borderlands does, not to the extreme, where it's kind of just drop in, drop out. You can bring your character into other people's worlds. It scales up the health of the enemies. Like, you can keep track of missions and stuff. Like, I feel like that would be their best option to keep the most people happy. Or just don't make it multiplayer and sorry, they can't figure it out. I would rather have one of those two than deal with another 76 situation for sure.
I guess this is getting too early into one of the future subjects, but
okay.
They had announced in Subnautica that for the sequel that they were going to allow co-op, and that actually caused a bunch of controversy because
for what?
They had for what? What?
No, sorry, the microphone cut out for a half a second. You said adding co-op to what?
Subnautica.
Oh, to Subnautica.
Yeah, so the first game didn't have co-op for people that don't know, and people had like added it in mods and stuff like that, and people were like asking for it as like a follow-up feature or something. And just because like the mods are relatively unstable, and the game could have operated in co-op. It was kind of built like a survival craft that it's typically co-op, and so that's why people were asking for it. The next game it is announced, and it's announced with co-op, and it gets an equal or greater amount of backlash from people that are like, this is going to break the balance of the game. No. I'm talking about Subnautica 2.
Oh, okay. So
they announced Subnautica 2 would be.
Yeah, and that's actually one of our articles. So let's wrap up any final thoughts we have about Fallout and then go into Subnautica. And then for the 4 people that are still playing Fallout Shelter, they're doing seasons.
I didn't know if that was like a sequel. Like, is that just like a thing that's happening, like an event?
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you where Fallout Shelter's at right now. But to get back to the chat for a second, Wolf says Fallout 5 in China or Russia would be cool, except for the communism. I was like,
also, like, so that's an interesting thing
to
because
Fallout,
like
but
you're
not allowed to have anything.
So in Fallout, they like, they've definitely like caricatured a lot of the governments of the world, and so
yeah.
I'm curious what they would do with like a Fallout China or Fallout Russia.
Well, in the Fallout universe, China is the big bad. Like, China is the penultimate villain of Fallout. Like, that's who the war was with. Obviously, who started whatever. They could get into that, which could be really cool. You know what I mean? That's such background lore of Fallout. That's why I said it that way. It's like, it's not an active part of the game, but as part of the lore, it was China versus the US over resources. I mean, Fallout 3's Operation Anchorage is one of the best DLCs ever. Like, Fallout 3 with DLC. Yeah, Austin said that Fallout 3 is his favorite. I have a hard time picking a favorite Fallout game. Fallout 3 DLC leaps and bounds the best DLC ever in Fallout was Fallout 3. There was not a miss in Fallout 3. I mean, Operation Anchorage, baller. The Mothership Zeta, 10 out of 10, amazing. The Pit, incredibly fun. Point Lookout was the weakest, and it was fun as shit.
Right? Out of that Eldritch horror stuff.
They did, and it was really cool. It didn't add the coolest like weapons and gear and stuff, but it was definitely spooky and fun. The stealth suit was fun. The T-51 power armor to this day is my favorite power armor that's ever existed. So as soon as I got out of the vault, I went straight to that DLC for the T-51. Love the T-51 winterized. In every game after that, I always did the winterized like paint job and everything. Always seeked out even if it's not the best in any game other than Fallout 3, I always wear the T-51.
I'm going to Google that Fallout exhibit.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that.
Let's see here. Honoring 15 years of Fallout New Vegas, Bethesda also took a moment to celebrate another major milestone, 15 years of Fallout New Vegas. The cult classic, originally developed by Obsidian Entertainment, remains one of the most beloved entries in the franchise thanks to its branching narrative, moral complexity, and unforgettable setting in the Mojave Wasteland. To mark the anniversary, Bethesda unveiled a special Fallout New Vegas bundle, now available for pre-order at the Bethesda Gear Store, featuring themed merchandise. So if it just comes with the old version of the game, fuck you. I'm just going to say that right off the rip. Before I even see what it is, if it's just they send swag. You an Xbox 360 copy of the game, like, eat my whole ass. No, absolutely no way. Oh, man. That's so funny, though.
It looks like the museum thing in Vegas, World of Fallout, is going to be on view at the National Atomic Testing Museum through 2026.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting.
It's $154.99 for the New Vegas bundle, but you get some neat stuff. I don't know if it's $150 in neat stuff, but it's neat. You get a statue of the first
probably
the person that saved
the
you
most
from
important part.
I cannot remember this character's name.
Oh no.
He's literally like the first person you talk to after getting shot. Well, other than the doctor. Man, what a
Victor.
Damn, I was a gun to my head. You could have not got that out of me. You get the I can't say the name of this either. Rorschach test. The Rorschach test that you do at the beginning. You get some of those. I'm guessing this is a sticker. 15th anniversary bundle box. And it looks like a couple of patches.
This is the funny thing, right? Is I got the collector's edition of the Xbox 360 copy of this game.
Okay.
And I gotta say, that was way better than this bundle. So I can't see the full list because of your camera there, but like
there. Also, it is just a code for the existing PC version of the game.
So the original collector's edition of the of this game was only like, I want to say like $20 or $30 more.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it wasn't a ton more. It came with a graphic novel that was like a prequel to one of the characters that ends up ambushing you. And it comes with a set of clay poker chips from the casinos. It comes with a deck of cards where every card is a unique quote and picture of one of the characters from the game. Okay. And the backs have like the different casinos on them. That's cool. It comes with a platinum chip.
Right. And like all of this in like a nowadays dog shit.
Yeah. It's my favorite time. Like literally I've done a few of the like the collector's edition things, but I've also just like looked at the collector's editions of different things. And it's by far my favorite one. And I am surprised that they didn't do like a return to form for this, because that was I've seen like the helmet and everything
with Fallout 76's Ultimate Edition with the shitty nylon bag and the plastic bottle whiskey just crying.
Right? Like they had it figured out with New Vegas. What happened? Well, I guess to be fair, well, I don't know. Obsidian. I don't know if that was Bethesda company. Or if that was Obsidian, because that's it could have been that was more of an Obsidian decision than Bethesda.
Yeah. Which I love how Outer Worlds, which I think the new Outer Worlds came out or is coming out like super soon. Macy loved Outer Worlds.
Austin, you're going to have to elaborate. They always ship the untouched PS1 version. Are you telling me that they re-released the PS1 version of Metal Gear Solid? For like an anniversary edition?
Okay, so it comes out in like 6 days. I know Macy's for sure.
Okay.
There's so many games that are coming out. Like, I never played the first Outer Worlds. I know I would have enjoyed it. But like the new Jurassic World Evolution came out and I want to play it so bad.
I was just telling you about a game
now, and I've been playing that, and then like in 2 months, like December is Octopath Traveler 3, and like I'm losing my shit because there's so many games coming out, and I'm at a point where I can afford it, but I shouldn't. So I'm spiraling. You know what I mean? I don't have time to play them anyway. Like I'm gonna buy a $70 game to play it 2 hours. Like what am I doing right now? But
just quit your job, and then you'll have all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But they remade it on the GameCube as Twin Snakes. Oh, okay. But yeah, so Outer Worlds 2. I don't think there's anything else necessarily with Fallout, but the fact that they just give you a code to get the like Steam copy of the game or whatever.
No, they do.
Yeah.
That's. Oh no! I mean, like I get it because like. Dumb. It's a PC, and I don't think most PCs come with disc trays anymore.
No.
So,
but here's the thing. Touch it up. Do anything with it. Do anything with it. Because the only reason you're buying this is if you want the statue and the cards, really. I mean, I don't think a pen. Yeah, I don't think a pen or a patch is selling this bad boy.
If they re-released it and they were like, we fixed all the bugs and we ironed out all of the performance issues, then they would make so much money.
So much money. So much money. Fallout Shelter celebrates
they would at least make money from you.
Yeah, I would buy it for sure.
Same.
And I think we've covered everything that we can with Fallout. So let's move on to what you briefly touched on with Subnautica. You said that there was some controversy in the multiplayer and some weird stuff, but also apparently the publisher has committed to being an AI first company, which I didn't have time to get into the meat and potatoes of this article, but what a bold claim for something that's 50-50 with what people like at the best of times.
Yeah. So for people that are unfamiliar with the game in its past, so Subnautica is a game where you are surviving on a planet that's mostly water, and so the theme of the game is that you're having to dive deeper and deeper into the ocean. Very, very successful launch.
Terrifying. One of the scariest non-horror games ever made. I do not fuck with the ocean.
It was one of my favorite games. And the company that made it, I'm Unknown Worlds. I saw it in the article. They sold their company to Krafton, and basically they were on track for Subnautica 2. And the initial controversy happened when Krafton fired 3 of the directors from the Subnautica 2 team from Unknown Worlds. And that was like one of those where they were like, there's like this, they're cleaning out like their original directors and leads and everything. And then there was this whole controversy because they originally were slated to get like a really big bonus that they were promising to share with the rest of their programming team and everything.
Okay.
It was like a huge bonus, by the way. Like, I can't remember if it was 25 million or even more than that they were going to like split between the devs. But anyway, that was all before this most recent controversy.
Right. Okay. So you want to get into the AI thing?
Yeah.
Now, from what I very briefly read, if you scroll to the top, this is why the clickbaitiness of like articles and stuff gets you in trouble, because most people definitely did not read this article. But this makes it sound like they are shifting over to where AI is going to be contributing towards making this game. You know what I mean? Like it's going to go into the coding or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in the interview, if you just scroll down to like 5 paragraphs in, where literally I think only me and you have ever went, it sounds more from the, and I could be wrong. Please let me know if I'm wrong, if somebody knows more about this than me. But according to Kim Chang Han, they are implementing AI when it comes to their management system. So it's going to be the type of shit where it's like, hey, Billy farted 4 times at his desk and he thought he had to poop, but he didn't. It was like a false shit, so he lost productivity. It's just going to be like crazy micromanaging shit. You know what I mean? It's just going to make all their jobs miserable is what it's going to do.
I think they're definitely like, they should definitely ask a lot more questions about that in this article if they haven't, because that's a scary concept. There's already a problem of micromanagement for people. I can't imagine a robot that's like designed for it.
I remember during the height, and this is like before AI was talked about at all in comparison to where it is now. I remember during COVID when everybody had to work from home, that people would buy little devices that go over your mouse to just keep it vibrating, so it would register as you. They would register you as like doing something on your computer, so you can fuck off and play Xbox. With that being said, have a good night, Austin. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Now I will refute that. Oh, go ahead.
No, you first. I'm going to read a little bit more.
So there was 2 reasons that people bought the Jiggler. One was that reason. The other was because companies used that software that checked how often your mouse moved to the point that people whose jobs required that they wait and shift their focus to like something physical were also getting dinged by this software and getting reprimanded. So they started using the jiggler while they were still working because it was affecting their performance metrics. Despite the fact that they were working the entire time.
Yeah.
And it was just because the software that they started using during COVID was just not actually representing performance or the amount of work they were doing.
That's really interesting. So, I promise. I know Tyson's not here, so I could go off the rails if I really wanted to, but he reins me in because he's afraid of my power. He's afraid of my power when it comes to conspiracies and stuff like that. But
oh no,
okay, I'm not. I promise. I'm just gonna scratch the surface. I'm not gonna go hog wild into it. But AI replacing jobs, it's a big scary thing. There's all the debate about what to do about it, and there's tons of people that are like, oh well, it's a good thing I have blank insert position here because AI won't be able to do that when it comes to like what human interactions have to happen, right? Most people thought AI and like automation and stuff would get rid of like factory jobs first or like manual labor type things. We're in 2025 and this company is basically saying middle management be damned. Which, I don't know if you know this, middle management is the overwhelming number of jobs in this country for the most part.
Oh, dang. Wait,
like,
isn't that your job?
Technically, I'm higher management.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I think it depends. Because technically, there's only two people. I'm in the middle, but I don't think I am the middle, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like if you've got a sandwich, you've got bottom bun, and then you've got meat, cheese, like lettuce, tomato, top bun. You know,
you're like the mayo on the top bun. You're like spread on the top bun, but not the top bun.
I'm like the tomato. You know, I'm right there, but I'm still in the middle. I do think, however, that if I'm being honest, accounting will probably be higher up accounting, not like bookkeeping, but higher up accounting, like right before / when you get into CPA range, will probably be one of the later ones replaced by AI because there's a lot of laws and nuance based on like local and state and IRS that I think it's going to take a person to legitimize. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's a lot of nuance to just where you are in the world that AI, I don't think, is going to, for a while, be able to get those nuances to get filing correctly. Because, I mean, literally the people that created the tax system have people do their taxes.
Right.
So that's my rant. Without getting into the politics of stuff, it's terrifying that in 2025, we've already got companies that are investing, by the way, $100 billion.
Not one.
Billion.
100 billion won.
Billion won.
No.
What's that, like $200? I have no idea.
Like, I think it's 1,000 to 1.
I got one. Oh, really? Okay.
So it's 100 million.
$100 million to replace like middle management, the people that thought their jobs were safe literally a couple months ago. Because when you talk about AI, you talk about like truckers and factory workers and stuff like that, which still sucks. I don't know why that's trivialized. Like that's not cool.
Yeah.
But now even the pompous people that are like, good thing I made it up that ladder. Sorry. guess what, fuckers? It's here. It's like,
yeah.
But, so yeah, there's that. And then I don't think either one of us need to go deeper into this topic, you know?
Well, I'm sorry, but you said that, and then we scrolled down and it said that they were going to implement it into their HR system.
Oh, that's good, because robots can definitely handle the nuances of like domestic disputes. It's like,
they're automating the human resources department. How is that not like a
now Here's the thing. I have talked to many a HR department. They're basically already robots. So, like, I don't know if that's the place to start. I don't know. But yeah, so HR in their defense kind of has to be robots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they're not, then they can get in trouble. But yeah, so $100 million to replace middle management. Everybody just needs to go into IT for how to work on AI. That's the only way you're going to have a job in the future. That is literally the only way you are going to have a job.
I know as a programmer, today, it's effectively the equivalent of handing someone who had a screwdriver a power tool instead. Okay. But tomorrow, that might mean the team that you needed to hold 5 screwdrivers, you only need one person with a power tool tomorrow.
Yeah.
So like
scary.
It's scary. Today, there's enough work that 5 people can all have power tools and go work on different jobs.
Yeah.
But, we'll see how that goes.
I mean, computers...
It's going so crazy fast.
Yeah. When computers became a mainstream office tool, that exact same thing happened in accounting across the world.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, because, like, the term bookkeeper was literally somebody that you went and you turned your receipts into. They got a log book out and booked the transactions for your business for the day that reported it to, like, an accountant. So the bigger your business, if you've got people writing shit down, you need a whole staff of people to keep track of each department. Now... or like when computers got like scanners and stuff, you've just got one dude scanning in receipts. And you know what I mean? Like input became something completely different and way faster. So whole accounting departments of bookkeepers and stuff got condensed down to like, after so much like dollar amount of business, you add like one person. Cause I mean, I won't get into the like financials and stuff of my current job just because that's confidential and I currently work there. But one of my previous jobs that I had was working with restaurants, and we had a team of five accountants and a CFO. So a team of 6 people that did the entire financials from head to toe for over 30 restaurants across the Midwest. Each one of those locations
probably needed
30,
more people
40 years ago would have needed an accountant because you couldn't just send your receipts in the mail to headquarters that easy, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's always happening. I mean, you can look up in the New York Times, there were articles before vehicles became mainstream that were like, hey, horse poop is going to absolutely ruin 2 generations of people because we're expanding and we can't get all these horses in New York City. And then the car was invented and all of that industry around horses completely plummeted, but now we got factory workers. Like, to a certain degree, there's always something that's been able to shift the work into a different industry, but I don't know what that looks like with AI.
It's also something that doesn't happen that often. They're like quite literally revolutions. That's why it was like an industrial revolution when all the factories started going up and everything. And so like in this case, go ahead.
No, you go for it. I thought you were wrapping up.
In this case, it really feels like it's this weird the term that gets thrown around as a singularity, where like it's gonna like keep getting faster and faster and better, and like it's hard to even see where this is
where it's
leading
going
to, just because like it seems exponential in growth.
Yeah.
And it's pretty scary, especially as a programmer. I get to watch all the tools get rolled out and then use the tools, and it's like early on I was using them and they were garbage, they were always doing things wrong and they were impossible to get them to do them right. And
Okay.
now I can literally like tell it to go do something as part of my job and then walk off, and there's like a chessboard near my desk, and I'll like think about and like make a chess move and then come back, and it just did like hours worth of work in that amount of time.
Wild.
And
That's so
that's
crazy.
and that was just like a year of progress.
Man.
It is insanity how fast this thing is moving.
Well, the funny thing is if you look at, I'm real big into like history and politics and stuff. It's not for the channel. It's a me thing. But traditionally, when it comes to like some kind of evolution of things, like the Industrial Revolution and stuff, is normally every 80 years there is a crazy shift in either culture or technology or something. You can almost to the T go back every 80 years and some crazy shit happened to shift the tone of the world.
I feel like this is one of them, if not like the big one.
100%. I literally listened to a podcast today with an economist that was talking about how AI is the new industrial revolution, whether we're ready for it or not, and it may be the last industrial revolution. Not in like a like a fear mongering kind of like the world is ending type of way, but it's like there won't be another industrial revolution because it's going to start the snowball rolling of just natural progress that just ramps up. Like there's not going to be a big invention. It's just going to always get better at a steady rate with like replicating AI.
I will say there is a silver lining that comes with all this, and it comes with, unfortunately, a little bit of a negative taste with it, which is the idea that people that would normally need to hire entire teams to do and create things can use AI to do that, to realize what they are trying to achieve without having to have like pay that large cost of entry.
Yeah, it's like what YouTube did to Hollywood and like pop culture.
Right.
Like YouTube made it to where you didn't have to move to Hollywood, get a manager, go to auditions. If you had an idea for some shit, you just put that on YouTube and you could pop off.
Yeah. I know I haven't had the spare time to, but I've been wanting to just like do some hobby game development. And one thing that's always been like a shortcoming of mine is that I am horrible at anything design and arts as like a concept. And like I don't want to have to fork over a lot of money to be able to like make that stuff, especially for just like doing something as a hobby. But now I could absolutely just like have AI generate any of that stuff that I would need, or help me do like any of those really heavy tasks for programming that I don't want to have to do. And not just me, like with the concept of vibe coding, which has been like a pretty thrown around term lately. People that have never even programmed can figure that type of stuff out, and it's so like what I see it as is an opportunity for a lot of people that couldn't be a creator because of some barrier like that can now be a creator. So there's some cool silver linings that come with it.
Yeah, with that being said, okay, there is a company called Opus Clips that I always get advertisements for. I tried them. All the advertisements where it's like, it saved me 30 hours a week because I took my video that I was going to edit into shorts and it spit out the same thing that I would have edited. That's because your editing is fucking dog shit. Okay? I tried the free trial of Opus Clips, and the people that are like, I just put a 30-minute video in there and it edited it flawlessly. My fucking ass. What did you put in there? Because when I tried it, I got abomination ass short clips, and the only way that I could get it to work is basically them just adding subtitles for something that I formatted, and all it had to do was like trim the edges of it. So, that commercial pisses me off something fierce because the commercial is so damn pompous. It's so pompous. It's this guy that's like, I run an editing company and I don't know if I can feel good about myself because my clients give me these videos. I just pop them into Opus Clips and boom, I go golfing and I just make thousands of dollars. You're a fucking scam artist, okay? Like, you're a piece of shit and a liar because I know how this shit works. It's like, because I suck at editing, and the stuff that it spit back at me was not acceptable by my standards. So that shit drives me up a wall. So there's rant number 2. Getting these under my belt for the weekend.
We had a lot to say about AI.
Yeah,
I am curious. I don't want to assume that like it's a completely bad thing because like, you know, micromanagement's already bad. Maybe this is like a better alternative.
I don't know. It's something that terrifies me because as somebody who on the professional side, like my 9 to 5, as much as I don't necessarily like to view myself as this way, I have gotten relatively high in a company that I work. Like I goofed around so much I accidentally became important. That's what happened.
Oops.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And when I see AI from a professional standpoint, I'll read emails from like our employees / like vendors or tenants and stuff that was put together by AI pretty clearly. And I'll see an email and then meet that person in real life and be like, like it's immediate that you don't talk like that. Like you're a different human than everything that we've been talking about. And when it comes to art, because all AI is generated by like what was put into it, it's a weird level of like thievery or like weirdly close inspiration. So from an art perspective, I'm pretty against AI. I'm not full radical, like you should never use AI because it's taken away jobs from like artists. If you're producing content, you should use an artist. But if you're just goofing off and like making memes and shit, sure, use AI or Sora or whatever the hell it's called. I don't give a shit. But yeah, so there's Sora. It's the new video generating one. Soren or something like that. I've seen videos of people answering the door and it's like, "Oh, puppy, are you lost?" And then it's like a fire hydrant just like blows down their house. And it's like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Oh, I think I heard about that. It just like the weird AI videos that are just like crazy viral.
Yeah, and I saw one of them. It was like my algorithm is intense. I'll just put it that way. I don't know how to describe it without upsetting some people, but I've got everything from like, I was on Instagram today taking a poo and just saw an assassination in like Brazil or some shit. And then 2 videos later, it was like, hey, here's some fun history about the pyramids. Like it's all over the place. I saw one of them. It was an AI. It was clearly an AI video, but it was a recreation of like Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech, where he gets interrupted by a kid with Down syndrome, and it's like, what are we doing? Like,
so listen, I mentioned that it enables anybody to be a creator. I didn't say that was always a good thing.
Yeah, but it's out of hand. It really is. It's out of hand. Let's briefly touch on One Punch Man.
Okay.
So I don't think you have seen the new season yet, correct?
Correct.
And neither have I, except for some memes and jokes that have kind of been going on. Which is unfortunate because I think a lot of people said the same thing about Invincible, where there was like a season where the animation got real lazy. So episode 1, I talked about with Tyson very briefly because I saw episode 1 and I thought, okay, it's very dialogue heavy. The episode is literally called Strategy Meeting, and it's mostly talking with like a very small section of action. And the action was a lot of like powerful scenes that were kind of just like drug across the screen. Like there wasn't much movement. It looked, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like they had a really good still that they just kind of like panned over.
Yes, it was that. And I was like, okay, not a good look for your first episode off the rip, but it's mostly talking. This doesn't mean it's going to be a bad season, you know?
Yeah.
And then you get to episode 2, and if you look at the catalog of all the episodes of One Punch Man, which I thought would show up here, but I might have goofed it. I could have swore that this... Do I have to go
Oh,
back
we're trying to look at the IMDb rating?
Yes. How far back do I gotta go? Here we go. All episodes. So if you look at a summary, all of the episodes for season 1, incredibly high rated. Season 2, slightly less. But as soon as you get into season 3, all 3 episodes, or I guess 2, because the third one isn't out yet. And the recap definitely doesn't count. All 3 of these are the lowest rated episodes ever of One Punch Man.
Dang.
And like I said, I won't talk about it too much. The only thing I can do to sum up season 2 is this GIF. I don't know. Fight me on how to pronounce it. Is this right here. There is a scene where the big baddie is going to talk and confront somebody. And in the background, as he's approaching, this is how it shakes out. That's him walking down a hill.
That's awesome.
And people are saying, "Oh, no. He was just like really cool and just slid down the hill." If he was just sliding down the hill, they would interrupt the grass or kick up some dirt. Literally anything to make it not look like somebody just took the mouse and drug that shit down the hill. He doesn't even get bigger as he gets closer.
No, that's just how cool he is. When he's sliding, he doesn't even affect the grass. Like, that's pretty epic, if you ask me.
But it's like, guys, One Punch Man as an IP is so loved. What are we doing? Did you just phone it in because you knew people were going to watch it and you're going to make money?
It is kind of crazy. I think that season 1, who was it that did the season 1? Was it Madhouse or something like that?
I can't
remember the name of the studio. But their reputation for like only doing season 1 of any series, meaning that they weren't going to do season 2 or anything like that, but like blowing it out of the water for season 1 set the bar so crazy high.
I will still say too, Boros was the season 1 finale, right? Boros.
Yeah. Boros.
One of the most amazing fights to watch.
Yeah.
I could rewatch that final season 1 episode 100 times and never get tired of that shit. The music, the animation, like the quotes from it is just a masterclass in fucking anime fights.
Yeah.
And here we are now. Here's the new big bad, everybody. Look at him go.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think Boros could have slid down that hill without disturbing the grass. I think Garo might be stronger here.
And this is really it. I haven't seen episode 2 yet. I just know that people are memeing on it super hard because all the people that were like me that said, "Oh, that doesn't mean it's going to be a bad season," are now like, "Oh, damn it. They fucking..."
Like, stop proving them right.
You really goofed me on that one. But yeah, so it's frustrating, but it is what it is. So that was really it for One Punch Man.
I wonder if they'll finish the arc for season 3 or if they'll extend it out to season 4. Because it was a really long arc, the Garo arc.
Yeah. I read most of the Garo arc, but I didn't make it to the end of it before I got busy and kind of just forgot to keep up, you know.
The finale is like something that, without spoilers involved, I would love to see animated really well. I hope that they put a season's worth of budget into it, because it is. Listen, we talked about this last time that I was on the stream, that like the way that they do their budgets per episode means that happens mid-season, but like the first episode and the last episode, you would hope anyway. I know the first episode was a big bummer, but the last episode, the finale, that's where all the money's going. I guarantee it.
I hope. There was an anime recently. I don't watch the sports animes. There's a ton of them. But Blue Lock is a very popular soccer anime. Apparently they had a whole season, like a whole season of this, where it was just like the soccer ball was coming and then they would slide people in, and it was just horrendous animation for apparently the last 3 episodes to just be some of the craziest shit you've ever seen about soccer. So hopefully, I would rather honestly have an okay animated entire season than like 6 to 10 episodes of dog shit for 2 amazing episodes.
Yeah.
But I completely forgot. Chainsaw Man comes out this weekend, so tune in Monday. I'll be talking about Chainsaw Man because Macy and I have got tickets for Saturday. So, Jacob, did you watch Chainsaw Man?
I watched a little bit of it. I didn't fall in love with it, so I never finished it.
Gotcha. Well, if you want to finish it by Saturday, you can come with us. It does get better. It does get better. The main character is a bit of a pill to swallow, but he gets better at like the midway point.
I think you mispronounced Turbo Simp.
Turbo Simp. He's not even a simp, because like a simp implies that it's for like one lady. It's equal opportunity sex offender.
Sure.
So yeah, it's got all the anime tropes that you expect.
It is painful to watch. Every interaction with him and the boss lady.
I'm so bad with names.
I can hardly watch it. Like, it's just, oh man.
It definitely gets better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because the animation I thought was pretty good.
It's great.
Season 1, at least in the beginning of it, they don't have a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah, but, you can easily finish Chainsaw Man in a dedicated evening. It's pretty great. It's one of those ones where, like I said, you have your Switch on or you're on your computer, and then you glance over for the awesome fights, and the rest you can just listen to. You
can switch back to your Switch while he's busy like simping really hard for whoever happened to walk in the room.
Now you're getting it. But yeah, so fun stuff there. If you want to come see it Saturday, you're more than welcome to. It's a whole arc in a movie. It's one of the shorter arcs, so looks baller. But all right, on to our next and final topic. Elden Ring for Nintendo Switch 2 just got hit with a delay. Now, here's the thing. Delays don't necessarily mean bad. However, historically, from my perspective, the longer something is delayed, the worse the end product's gonna be.
Now hold on. We just had a recent example that very strongly refuted what you're just saying.
That's fine. There are definitely exceptions, for sure. I fully admit that.
I was gonna say, Silk Song was delayed for years.
Was it delayed? Like, was it?
Yeah, it was originally. Like, if they had a release date, like 5 years before their actual release.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So yes, a legitimate delay. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So
I will say
there are examples. Red Dead Redemption 2 was another one. Like, I can definitely name exceptions. However, most of the time, if something is delayed, it gets some kind of production hell. They got to make cuts. Like, historically, a nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, this is a game that's already finished as well. Like, this isn't because they're working on new content for the game. This is because they can't get it to work.
Or, yeah, how they want. on Switch 2. Now, the Switch 2,
it's
much
like, well, boss,
more powerful
listen,
system.
We can get it to work, but I don't know if our customers are going to want it to be 15 frames per second.
Well, that's the thing. The Switch historically, like, they're like, oh yeah, we've got some big name brand games. Are you okay with it running really shitty? Like the meme was Mortal Kombat. If you look up when Mortal Kombat, I think it was 1, because they went back. You know what I mean? Like they had X,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat X, and then I think they did like a reset and called it Mortal Kombat 1. But if you look at a comparison, actually, I can pull it up. I'm on a damn computer.
Fancy.
But if you pulled up side by side for like how it looked on one and the other, it like you're
that's awesome.
You're legally getting the game. It's like but like even some of like look at the difference. Like
I love it.
Yeah, like it's very funny. But like you're playing it and this is what you expected with the Switch, which is why it gets memed on and shit on. I don't play the Switch for these type of games. I play the Switch for Fire Emblem and shit like that, like games that are supposed to be on the Switch. But the whole point of the Switch 2 was kind of Nintendo pulling up their britches and being like, guess what? We've got the hardware now to play modern gen games. Like Cyberpunk was their big, like, you can play Cyberpunk on the Switch 2. I never bought it, so I don't know how well it ran. But the moment that there's an upgrade in any way, the Switch is getting left behind again, you know?
Yeah.
And if they're struggling to get Elden Ring is a fantastic, phenomenal 10 out of 10 game. What does this mean for Duskbloods? You know? Like, I'm not trying to poo-poo it too early, but if they're struggling with Elden Ring, unless the story is unique enough to bolster it through whatever technical difficulties, it means that Duskblood is going to be at best on par with Elden Ring.
Yeah. I think that there is room to hope that because they are making it exclusively for the Switch, they'll be able to make design decisions that let them do what they need to do the most efficient way that they can without, like, for instance, in Elden Ring, I imagine a lot of the struggle is going to be with the fact that, like, it's extremely open world. Like,
yes, it's extremely open world.
is going to be arena, kind of.
But how like Dark Souls 1 and 2, I guess 3 to a certain degree, like how Dark Souls was more than how Elden Ring was. Elden Ring open world, Dark Souls 1, you went to Undeadburg, which put you in an elevator that was essentially a glorified loading screen to get to the depths. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is fine. I still love that game design. I could play Dark Souls 1 and be happier than a pig in shit with that. You know, like, but this makes me really worried, like really worried about Duskbloods. Some speculation is that what's actually bogging it down when they started developing this, because they knew the Switch 2 was coming out. So some of the speculation that I've seen is that it's not Elden Ring that's holding this back. It's the DLC. Because the DLC is way more taxing, and when they started getting this ready for the Switch 2, the DLC didn't exist yet.
Interesting. I didn't even realize the DLC was going to be part of it.
Yes, the Elden Ring that comes out for the Switch is going to be like the bundle. Every time something comes out for the Switch, it's always game and DLC for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, almost every time, because it's coming out so much later for the Switch. But that's just the article. But according to Jesus,
Blue. What even is this?
It's a jump scare. Oh man, that's it just looks so bad. It looks so bad. But it was this article here. Miyazaki promises Switch 2 exclusive Dust Bloods won't distract From Software from single player games. This was kind of a segue, talking just in general, because there was a delay, how good we thought Dusk Bloods was going to be. Another concern of the FromSoft community is that, hey, we went from Elden Ring, which literally got Game of the Year and all these awards and all this masterpiece of shit, to Night Rain, which I was skeptical. Like, when the game first came out, I was 50-50. It won me over. It really did. Because, Jacob, you can attest to the first few times that we played it, I was not sure. I was not feeling it.
Yeah, I think we were both in that boat. Like, it was like oh no, this is
not what we were.
This is like
kind of hoping.
Yeah, it was a completely different vibe from
but it won us over.
Ring experience.
We ended up having a ton of fun with it. It's just the growing pains of beating your first 2 or 3 bosses is rough. The game really doesn't open up until you start getting some of those gems and stuff after 2 or 3 bosses are under your belt.
Yeah.
But hot damn. But that won me over. I had a lot of fun with it. Would I rather have a new Night Rain or a new Elden Ring? Not even close. I mean, it's not even close. It's Night Rain, very fun. Give me a new Elden Ring any day, every day. But now that we've got Night Rain, and Dusk Bloods is going to be a PvP VE type experience, people are really worried because multiplayer games just in the industry generally have a longer shelf life. Or they're dead within 24 hours. that's how multiplayer goes.
One or the other.
So
let's just look at Conquered.
Yeah. So I'm really holding my breath. I'm staying optimistic. I've said for a little while now that there's really only 2 game companies, 3, 2.5. I'll do 2.5. Okay. There's really only 2 game series / companies that have my 100% trust. I've never been disappointed with a FromSoft game. They have my full trust. Night Rain was the closest my confidence has been shaken, but I came around.
Yeah. They're definitely going to be testing me with Dusk Bloods, just purely for the fact that it's going to be the first one where the PvP is the focus of the content and not just a
side dish.
In addition to it, yeah.
Are you buying a Switch 2 then?
No.
For Dusk Bloods?
It is going to be one of the things that is going to weigh heavily on my decision on whether or not I get a Switch 2.
Okay. So you're not going to be a day one. I wasn't
going to do a day one. No.
Okay. I guess it'll be up to me.
Yeah. It's definitely becoming one of those for me that it's just like oh man, I am really hoping that this does well, but holy cow,
I'm so worried.
Such a left turn
for
the company that I don't I want to believe that I would love Dusk Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
But
same.
It's hard to convince myself that I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead of a little UFO up there, it's a dude doing a backflip with a sword,
going out for a hug.
Yeah. The dude jumping across the gap with the twin pistols.
Yeah. The theme and everything looks right up our alley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So very I'm so excited for it, but I'm so worried. I'm hoping it's a Night Rain situation where it's weird, but once I kind of figure it out, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's the PvP aspect that's really going to make or break this game. It really is. Because if within a week of the game coming out, it just becomes a bunch of fucking sweats, no. It's going to be a miserable game to play.
Do you think they'll have backstabs?
Oh, of course. Yeah, it wouldn't be a FromSoft game if you couldn't do a little bit of backstabbing.
Well, it's easy. It does a lot of damage.
And it does a lot of damage. But I do believe that was the last thing I had to talk about. I believe we covered everything. We got Fallout, we got Xbox, One Punch Man very briefly, and then the Subnautica AI stuff and Miyazaki. So I think what we're gonna do is, you know what? I think I might just call it quits tonight. I had a really good time streaming and talking about what we did, and I'm going to piece these up. Tyson and I are doing like a new structure with the channel. All of the segments that you've seen tonight will be edited and released every day. So that way, if you don't want to watch the full live stream, or you don't necessarily care about AI, but you want to hear about Xbox, there will be an individual video for each segment. And then there will be shorts that summarize it even further that link to each episode. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We had more viewers than usual tonight. So I just want to thank everybody. If you dropped in and you didn't leave a chat, come back by, like, say hi, tell us what you want us to talk about. I don't know. I love hearing my own voice, if that's what you want to hear. I don't know. I love talking about this kind of stuff. Having a community based around this type of thing is so fun to me, and I love the speculation. I love all the things that are upcoming. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys all in the next live stream. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.